are going to spend some time looking at one area of grammar that gives the best of us trouble: subject-verb agreement. Before we get into the matter of agreement though, why don't we quickly have a look at how we identify the subject and verb in a sentence. Verbs serve two primary functions. They name an action that is carried out by a person or a thing, as in jumps, skip, put, went, sweep, did. Every year, he jumps higher than any other athlete. The children went to school on Saturday. At about 3 in the afternoon, I skipped for at least 15 minutes. Verbs also express a state of being: is, am, are, was, were, have been. For example, I am hungry. He is better now. She has been there before. The subject of the sentence is the person or thing which carries out the action. And the best way to find out the subject of a sentence is to ask yourself, who or what carried out this action? Every year, he jumps higher than any other athlete. Jumps is the verb. Who jumps? He does. Therefore, he is the subject. From the sky came huge drops of rain. Came is the verb. What came? You might be tempted to say rain, but in this case, it is the entire noun phrase, huge drops of rain, that is the subject. Sometimes a sentence will have two verbs, one of which is the main verb. Look out for verbs which follow to. These are called infinitive phrases, and they can either come before or follow the main verb. He wants to sleep in the sofa. The verb which follows to is sleep. This is the infinitive verb. The main verb would therefore be wants. Who wants? He does. He is the subject. They want to qualify for the football team. The verb which follows to is qualify. The main verb would therefore be want. Who wants? They want. They is the subject. Sometimes the subject in a sentence is not directly stated, but is implied. This can easily be the case when a command is given. Bring that inside, please. The person who is carrying out the action is not mentioned, but who is being asked to bring something? If you guessed you are correct. The command is being directed at an unnamed you. Word to the wise: be careful of a subject which comes before a phrase with of. We tend to think the noun is closer to the verb, as in the following example. A team of volunteers join the delegation next month. The verb is joins. The subject will be before of. The subject is team. The team joins. Now we can go on to look at the rules of agreement. The most important thing you can come away from this lesson learning is that subjects must agree with their verbs. How does this happen? Well, subjects can be either singular, one, or plural, more than one. One boy, more than one boy. One child, several children. Verbs can also be singular or plural. However, unlike subjects, plural verbs do not take S. It is the singular verb in the third person which does this. I sing well, first person singular. We sing well, first person plural. You sing well, second person singular. You sing well, as in you all sing well, second person plural. Third person singular. He, she, or it sings well. Third person plural, they sing well. When two subjects are joined by and, use a plural verb. Gina and Patrice eat out regularly. Kindness and fairness are two valued characteristics. When two subjects are brought together with either or, neither nor use a singular verb. Either Richard or Dwayne is responsible for the project. Either the principal or the vice principal presents the prize to the top student each year. The same is true for when two singular subjects are connected by or by nor. A pen or pencil is in the bag. But if there are two subjects, one singular and one plural, that are connected with either or, neither nor, the one that is closer to the verb determines whether it is singular or plural. Either Margaret or the boys have the pencil. Boys, which is plural, is closer to the verb. Therefore, we use a plural verb. Either the boys or Margaret has the pencil. In this case, Margaret, which is singular, is closer to the verb, so we use a singular verb. Neither the teacher nor the students know the culprit. In this case, students is the plural subject, and it is also closer to the verb than teacher, so we use the plural verb. Neither the students nor the teacher knows the culprit. Here the reverse is true. Teacher is singular, and it is closer to the verb than students, so we make our verb singular. The same rule applies to or and nor. Carlton or his friends sit under that tree. His friends or Carlton sits under that tree. A collective noun names a group of people or things. It is generally treated as a singular noun since it deals with one unit. So we talk about a team or a class, generally speaking. It is treated as one unit, though it is made up of several persons or things. The choir sings well. The team has an excellent reputation. The office staff is highly efficient. There are times, however, when these collective nouns fail to work together and decide to act as separate individuals instead of as a unit. In such a situation, it is appropriate to use a plural verb. I'll give an example. The family takes a trip every year. Here, the family acts as a unit. The family take turns washing the dishes. Here, the family acts as individuals. Each individual has his own turn. Sentences with there is, there are, or here is, here are can be tricky. Since there isn't a subject, look after the verb to find the subjects. There are some candy bars in the jar. There is a candy bar in the jar. In the first sentence, the subject is candy bars, several of them, so we need the plural verb. In the second sentence, we are talking about only one candy bar, so we must use a singular verb, which comes after the word there. You may be familiar with a group of pronouns called indefinite pronouns. They are placed in one of three possible categories. Always singular, as in somebody, nobody, anybody, something, nothing, anything, someone, no one, one, either, neither. They may be always plural, as in several, both, many, others. Look at these examples. Each of the students has his own book. Everybody deserves a second chance. Either of the girls stands a good chance of winning the competition. Both of the girls stand a good chance of winning the competition. That's simple enough, isn't it? Let's look at the tricky ones, the ones which can be either singular or plural. Any, most, none, some. Look at these sentences. All of my book was soaked through when I spilled the water. All of one book or the entire book was soaked. We use a singular verb because we are, after all, talking about one book. All of my books were soaked through when I spilled the water. All of several books were soaked. We use a plural verb to reflect the fact that we are talking about multiple books. Most of the roof was damaged in the storm. We use a singular verb because we are talking about one roof. Most of the roofs were damaged in the storm. Because we are talking about several roofs, we use the plural verb were. Another area of subject-verb agreement that sometimes gets in our way comes in the form of phrases that come between the subject and the verb. Don't be tricked. The verb agrees with its subject, not the nouns or pronouns that come in between. The child with all the toys does not get enough attention. Remember, the strategy we learned earlier still holds. Find the verb. Does. Who does? The child. Make sure the two agree. While you're on the alert, look out for expressions such as with, along with, besides, including, accompanied by, as well as, in addition to, etc. These also do not affect the subject. If the subject, which comes before any of these expressions, is singular, it remains singular. If it is plural, it remains plural. Howard, as well as his wife, prefers to shop at this supermarket. The boys, accompanied by their mother, regularly visit the aquarium. The movie, including all the extras and bloopers, was hilarious. There are some nouns which are always singular, though they may look like plural nouns. The list includes words like politics, economics, measles, mathematics, news, summons, premises, etc. And there are other words that are always plural, usually because they have two parts, such as tweezers, trousers, shears, panties, scissors, etc. When making reference to sums of money or periods of time, use a singular verb. 20 years is a long time to hold a grudge. Even $10 is a lot of money when you have none. I know I tell you all the time how important it is to practice, and of course, I will say it again. You must practice. But when it comes on to the rules of grammar, you also must know them by heart. Otherwise, you will be unable to apply them. Give it your best shot. Many grammar books not only have exercises, but answers as well, so you can check your work. And there are also many interactive exercises you may do on the internet. Good luck. Have fun. I am Fiona Porter Lawson. Take care.